Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. This is part 2 of my John Deere 350B steering clutch fix. I got pretty much everything out of the way. I didn't video any of that because it's pretty self-explanatory. You just take off all the stuff that's in the way to get to the final drive. The one trick that I'll share with you, the sprocket was pretty well stuck onto this hub, right on this machined little boss here, I imagine. So let me show you the trick that I used. Now, of course, I don't know if just plain heat helped or if this technique helped, but you see I've got two spots that I made by that were made by the torch, and they're opposite each other. And the theory is that, firstly, with an oxyacetylene torch, you're never going to heat up the whole sprocket enough for it to expand. But if you heat up two spots opposite each other, that'll expand, and it'll turn your circle into an oval. And then after I hit these two spots kind of alternately with the torch until they were almost glowing, and I put a little bit of oil on there too, it came right off with a couple hits of a sledgehammer. Now I'm at the point now where I'm just removing all the bolts that hold the final drive onto the machine. There's these bolts here I haven't touched yet, but I did remove the rock guard that was there, and I removed the 4 bolts that held the ROPS cage bracket onto the final. Then opposite that, there's also 4 bolts that hold this rear cross member / blade framework assembly, holds that onto the final. Alright, the final is loose. I did have to remove 2 more bolts that weren't too obvious. There's these 4 here, there's the 2 1/2 inchers that these pieces of threaded rod are in, but also in the back there are 2 bolts to remove. I'm showing you on the good side here. That upper bolt that the flashlight is shining on right there, there's that one, and there's another one further back. It goes through the transmission case here, through into the final drive. Those are a real bitch to get out. I had to use 1 click at a time on the socket wrench. The drawbar is in the way. Of course I could have taken the drawbar off, but with those removed, I installed these 2 pieces of threaded rod as guides, and it rests on a couple dowel pins. I think there's, it looks like there's 4 of them, and of course they're a little stuck on there. So I started out by using this chisel, nice thin chisel, and drove it in right about here. It was just a convenient location, and that opened it up a little bit, and then I put another chisel up top, and you got to kind of work it back and forth and use of course some pry bars, and finally it will come loose. You just have to keep messing with it and work it back. Back off the brake band several turns, take off the top cover of the steering adjustment, and then right there, that big 3/4 inch bolt head, that is the brake band adjuster. So back that off a couple turns, counterclockwise of course, so the band is not dragging on the brake drum as you're trying to pull it off. Also, I realize this project has gotten a little bit more in depth than I initially intended or wanted. The bearing's bad in there. Before, when this was still attached on the transmission, this hub was wobbling around, so unfortunately I'm going to have to remove the shaft there and hub and replace the bearings. It shouldn't be too bad of a job, but it's just one more thing I got to do. Alright, so I removed one of the rods. I got to come along here, and also a little piece of baling wire between here and there, just to keep this from flopping too much. I don't know how well that's going to work, but let's give it a go. Maybe we'll stay out of the way a little bit. Take this last bar out. Oh, not too bad. Alright, now what? Okay, so here's the problem I was encountering. There's that drive shaft in there, and I believe it is splined on both ends and it just slides in and out. But the thing is, even though it's free on the inside, on the clutch side, that drive shaft is rusted and stuck fast in there. Now I've been dicking around with it for a while. I got these vice grips on there. I clamped as tight as I could, and I was trying to pry against it to push the shaft out or pull the shaft in. It just won't budge. So I sat and pondered on it for a while, and I really didn't want to do it, but you know, I did it anyway. The only way this will come out as it is straight out, but this rail is in the way. So with some application of the blue wrench, this rail is going to be removed. Only this top C-channel part. The lower part here is going to stay. I don't need to remove that. As you can see, the hub will clear it. And this isn't really a structural component right here. Further down, of course, it is. All the rollers are attached to it. But this really just holds the rock guard. And I think that's going to be the best way. So I'll remove this and we can slide this out. That's coming out there for sure. Yeah, it is out. Now which way should I move it? So I'll go that way, kind of bar it over, and let the come along down, flick at a time. Whoa, alright. Hey, alright, I think that's officially removed. Well, this is definitely motivation to get this job done, because I'll tell you what, this machine's not going anywhere. Anyway, here it is. Man, this is one heavy bastard, let me tell you what. Now here's a better look at the clutch. I'll be taking all this apart. I bought all new parts, pressure plate, the friction plates, the steel and the fiber. Well, these are originally fiber friction plates, but I bought the upgraded bimetallic friction plates. They work just as well, if not possibly better. I think they have a higher friction coefficient of friction, and they don't rust. They're made out of bronze or something. So they're not going to attract moisture and rust and seize together like these do. And it was only an extra like $30 or $40 for the whole kit of clutch plates. So it's really worth it, because this is a big job to do if your clutch sticks again. So anyway, I'm going to cut this job up into a several video series. This is the end of part one, just the removal. And next up, disassembly of the clutch, and also disassembly of part of the final drive. Take the drain plugs out, drain the oil out, and take this cap off, and I'll be able to press out this hub, or this sprocket shaft, and I can replace the bearings in there. And then part three will be reassembly. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Here's a glimpse in here. That used to be clutch and brake material, I bet. Also, you see the brake is actually getting pretty thin, so it's also, good that this is being replaced, because this brake is probably got another 20 years on it, but whatever. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you are interested in this project, if you got a 350 of your own and you're looking to do this job, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and stay up to date with the progress of this job. And you can also see all the other projects and things that I'm working on and things that I'm doing. And if you enjoyed this, make sure to hit the like button. I'll appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. And thanks for watching, and come on back for more.